Hello, my friend. It's Faith Young with What Would Faith Do? Today, I wanted to talk to you about one of my favorite things about manifesting jars. Now, have you created your own manifesting jar? The coolest thing about a manifesting jar is that you only put things that you want or things that you have already attracted into your jar. It's about celebrating the law of attraction. So this jar, and you can make it out of any jar and just write manifesting jar on it. One of my coolest favorite ones are glass ones. You can see right through and see what you put in there. You can definitely see the photo of it on my What Would Faith Do my What Would Faith Do fan page. You can see my personal jar there. So the cool thing about manifesting jars is energy. Like whatever you put in there, you receive. So for example, you can put things that your heart desires. And one of my favorite stories is myself and my lender, we tend to give a manifesting jar to our first-time buyers. And when we meet them for the first time, like at the appointment, when I tell them about the buying process and set them up for success for the whole transaction, I'll give them an empty manifesting jar, and we'll write our new home and or my new home in there, and have them put it inside their jar. And really just tell them this is energy, this is what you really desire. Think about how you would feel inside your new home, right? Like how it would smell. Where would your puppy stay? Things like that. Think about all of that in your new home and how you would physically feel when you're walking into the front door of your new home. So the coolest thing, one of my favorite clients, she was a referral from my lender. And she had just gone through a divorce, had no money for a down payment. And literally my lender's like, oh, well, when you're ready to buy, when you get your down payment and everything together, I know the perfect person. You got to call my friend Faith. She wrote a book, What Would Faith Do? Well, the next thing is, the client calls me the next day. She didn't even give her my number or my last name. She Googled me. She called me. Hey, I was just calling you. My lender told me to call you that you can help me buy a home. And I'm like, awesome, let's get together. So long story short, we talk on the phone. We talk about how to attract more abundance into her life and that it's all possible. She was totally frightened. She needed to live in one particular neighborhood. And this neighborhood, because her children went to that school, and it was part of her divorce decree that they had to stay in the same school district. So she had a very, very narrow area that she could live in. And so her mind was like, oh, this isn't going to happen. It's going to take forever. I'm going to have to renew my lease, so on and so forth. So I helped her create some space. We got our manifesting jar, and the coolest thing, before we know it, she had her down payment. I kid you not. She had a Rolex watch that her ex-husband had bought her. She went and sold it to a friend that the lender had recommended, and sold it for like $3,700, and then she had a ring that she sold for another, I think $600 or $700. So she all of a sudden had her down payment to buy her home. Literally, like, thank you, universe. Thank you for the watch. So literally, before we know it, we're talking a week or two later, she had her down payment. We start looking. Now, I got to tell you, we only looked at 2 houses. And she's on this idea about the manifesting jar and how magical it is. So I said, you know what? There's a multiple offer situation. I will tell you, I've had this happen for my other clients. I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. Draw a picture of you in front of your home with your new address. She's so adorable. She did it. Not only did she draw herself, she drew her daughter, her son, and her little cat too in front of the house with flowers and trees and everything in her brand new home. And sure enough, there were multiple offers on that house. And I kid you not, she was in tears when I called to tell her they took her offer. Now the agent said to me, when he called to tell me with the good news, he goes, well, how many other houses have you shown her in this market? I said, besides your listing, 1. What? Oh my gosh, you're the luckiest agent ever. And I said, Luck had nothing to do with it. Sure enough, when she got to close on her new home, we got to put a picture of her home now inside her manifesting jar. That's how powerful manifesting is. When you truly, truly believe something is possible, you write it down and clearly state to the universe what you want. You put it in your manifesting jar, and then when it literally comes true, and in her case, in a matter of weeks, she got to close on her brand new home. She got to put the picture in her manifesting jar of something she manifested that quickly. Now, the manifesting jars are so amazing because they can literally impact your life. If you are having a rough day, or if you have any doubt, like, oh my gosh, that check's not going to come in time, or oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my electric bill? Wait a minute. Go back to your jar and look at all the stuff you've already attracted in your life. If you can attract a brand new home, what else can't you attract in your life? It will help get you back on track and remind you of all the magic you've already created and all the things you really, truly desire in your life. I challenge you to go out and create your own manifesting jar. Post on my page the things that you've attracted into your life and the things that you want to attract into your life. Let the magic begin.